Good morning, everyone. How's it going? We've got some big plans on this channel this week. Gonna make a lot of interesting content that I think will polarize and interest the masses. But before we get to the really juicy stuff, we gotta take care of some house cleaning. That's right, it's time for Personnel Decisions Tuesday. Except it's a Wednesday. We'll be back on schedule after today, but for the moment, we will be doing our personnel decisions a day late. So once again, this is where we take a look at the off-season decisions from the most recent off-season and try to evaluate those in a vacuum, just to see how the front office is doing most recently. Now we're going to start with the free agent signings, and then we're just going to go ahead and blow through. So as always, starting with Carson, he did not play. Nothing new here. Alex Collins did play, didn't do a whole lot. He played, I think, 22 snaps, had somewhere around 18 touches, 40 yards or something. Not a whole lot going on for Collins. I don't put a lot of it on him. It was a bad situation that he was walking into that night, and it is what it is. His PFF grade actually went up by 0.1. It was 71.8, now it's 71.9. So I guess PFF felt bad for him. I don't know. Posick did not play. Puna 4 did, and he, by my estimation, played well. He may have had his best game of the season. He had 6 tackles, including a tackle for loss, and was part of a run defense that actually played a really good game. PFF boosted his grade all the way up to 76.5, so it went up a couple points. So after a not great start, Puna Ford's rounding into shape, and he's playing pretty good right now. And if the run defense plays the way that it played against the Saints for the rest of the season, then we can comfortably say at least we're getting something there. Speaking of getting something, Carlos Dunlap finally got himself a half a sack. He finally got into the backfield, finally brought a quarterback down. Granted, it was not the most meaningful play, but regardless, he is on the board. So 243 snaps nets you half a sack, 3 QB hits, and 11 tackles. And I hate my life that I have to celebrate these things, but whatever. Dunlap, you're on the board. Congratulations. Your PFF grade's up to about 71, which, I mean, maybe you're being efficient. Like I always talk about with Dunlap. Maybe he's being efficient, but I didn't pay for efficiency. I paid for production, and, well, you finally produced something this week, I guess. Benson Mayowa got a lot of burn against the Saints. He had 2 tackles and not a whole lot else. PFF did like the game that he had a lot, though. They boosted his grade all the way up to 69.1. I don't really know why. Granted, the defense did play well, so I can understand that, you know, the high tide raises all the buoys, or however that saying goes, but didn't notice too much out of Mayowa, but he did get graded pretty well by PFF, and we're getting what we expected with Mayowa, I guess, so that's fine. So these free agent re-signings, we're kind of in the same spot where we were last week, I think. I don't hold Collins' game on Monday against him at all. It just is what it is with that. Yeah, I think we're kind of in the same spot. Okay, free agent signings / trades. Gerald Everett got a little bit of action against the Saints. He did have one very stupid penalty, and overall, not a very good game by him. He's up to 13 receptions, 128 yards. His catch rate is really high. PFF docked him a few points for that Saints game, though. I don't know if they penalized him for the stupid penalty, but if they did, then good on PFF, because that kind of stuff really matters. And that did not help on a night where we were doing enough stupid things. Gabe Jackson played every snap. He's played every snap on offense so far this season, and he has not allowed a sack. And he did pick up a penalty against the Saints, his second of the year. His PFF grade's down to about 66, so it dropped a tiny bit, but overall he's still playing quite well. I like what he's doing. Admittedly, it will matter a lot more if Gabe Jackson's here for the next couple years for a team that's actually good. But for whatever it's worth, on this bad team, he is doing his job pretty well. Al Woods also doing his job pretty well. Now, he made me furious on Monday night with some of the stuff he was doing. There were 2 times when it looked like he didn't know if he was supposed to be on the field or not, and of course the encroachment penalty at the end of the game. However, he did play fairly well outside of that. I think he picked up a few tackles, and he spearheaded a run defense that played quite well against the Saints. His PFF grade still dropped a little bit, I'm guessing because of the penalties. He also made us waste a timeout, I think. So his grade did drop a little bit, but he's still playing really good overall football for this team. And Carrie Hyder, he had a tackle for loss, I believe, and a QB hit. Yeah, I think he actually picked up half a sack, along with a couple tackles. His PFF grade actually dropped, but by my estimation, Carrie Hyder played a good game. He's another guy who is emerging from this crap heap of a season, is looking, in my view, quite good. And okay, that's the 2 defensive line guys. Sidney Jones played a better game against the Saints, but it has to be said, the Saints receivers were dropping everything. So whatever you see in the coverage numbers this week, keep in mind the Saints couldn't catch a cold. So Sidney Jones had, I believe, 2 or 3 tackles. He did have a pass deflection, which is good to see him actually make a play on the ball. He played, I think, what did we do yesterday? 33 snaps or something like that. PFF grade actually jumped to 47, which is a significant step up for him. So he definitely played a better game, but he gave up some stuff that he got away with because of drops. All right, now draft picks and UDFAs. As always, this segment will be very short. No Dwayne Eskridge. Trey Brown did play. His coverage numbers are pretty good, but he got away with some stuff because of some drops. His PFF grade dropped sharply to 64.6, but it's still good overall. He had 3 tackles to bring his season total to 6. So Trey Brown seemed to play fine. There are going to be some bumps in his rookie season, but I like what I see for the most part. Forsyth did not play. Curhan played 1 snap, and I don't know when that was or what he did, but he did play 1 snap. And K. Johnson did not play, so that's it for the draft picks and UDFAs, and that's all she wrote for this one outside of looking and seeing if the grass is greener on the other side. So let's go ahead and segue right into that. We have Shaquille Griffin, who's played almost every snap for Jacksonville this year. A few people in my chats recently have pointed out that he's playing pretty well for Jacksonville, and he is. He picked up a few more tackles against the Dolphins, and he allowed 5 receptions, but PFF continues to think he's playing good. In fact, they did not touch his grade from the previous week, 66.9. So he is, by all accounts, having a pretty decent season. I still say not worth $15 million, but worth something. But if you want a season that isn't worth anything, look at Jarran Reed in Kansas City. Not only is he part of a pathetic, toothless defense, he himself is doing nothing really for the Chiefs. He did pick up a couple tackles and a QB hit in like 30-something snaps, but his PFF grade continued to drop. It's down to 44.1, and he hasn't gotten a sack yet. The Chiefs are getting what they paid for when they decided to bring him in, I guess. He was on our scrap heap for a reason. But yeah, not a whole lot good going on for Jarran Reed. KJ Wright played 5 snaps and recorded no stats, I think, against the... who did the Raiders play? The Eagles? Yeah. No stats for KJ Wright. He's just going to get some games off, I guess. That's really all I can say about it. Carlos Hyde did not play. Nothing new there. And Trey Flowers actually got on the field for the Bengals in their big win. 14 snaps, 1 tackle, 1 reception allowed for, I think it was 11 yards. PFF actually dropped his grade by 0.1 after that game. So if you were anti-Trey Flowers, rest assured that your beliefs were slightly verified this week, I guess. And yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. So let me know what you think down below. Overall, there's some good stuff here, but it's just wiped out by the bad stuff, unfortunately. Alex Collins, great pickup, great signing, very cheap, but right now it's kind of getting canceled out by the fact that Carson is not on the field for us. We did well with some of these defensive line signings like Puna and Woods and Hyder, but whiffing on Dunlap and not really getting anything out of him, it just kind of wipes all the crap out. It kind of wipes all the good stuff out, right? Like Trey Brown is starting to play well, but overall we're not getting anything from rookies, which just kind of completely wipes that little bit of value out. So it's a frustrating season all around. Of course, these things are not going to look particularly good, but I like to try to isolate things. That's the point of these videos, and I want to make sure the blame goes to the right places. So, yeah, I'm out of here. Let me know what you think. Peace out. Go Hawks. See you guys later on today. Big video coming later.